I feel like collectively we're all going through a quiet phase right now, right? It's almost like a certain level of uncertainty. Perhaps you've been questioning if you're on the right path, if you're doing the right things. Are you even spiritual anymore? Is everything going to work out? Am I putting all this effort? Is it going to follow through? And to be honest, same, same. I've been experiencing a quiet phase in my life and also a phase of highly, like a lot of uncertainty. I feel like society does a really good job of glamorizing that you need to have your life figured out, that there needs to be a timeline, that there needs to be a sequence to how things happen, including your healing. And I feel like a lot of the times this kind of creates this kind of like self induced entrapment or almost like this pressure. It really does feel like a pressure. And if you don't produce by a certain time or in a certain way, you're doing it wrong. And that is not the reality. If you follow me from a lot of the previous videos, I talk about how I've been transitioning just my content, my business, the way I do spirituality, the content I'm creating, even the platforms in which I've been creating content for years. I have decided to switch because I personally feel like I have outgrown and I am at a stage in my life where I don't want to teach by word. I want to embody, and I want that energy to create that effect on people. I don't want to be seen as a guru. I want to be seen as a best friend that is on this journey alongside with you guys, right? And I'm not even going to lie to you guys. On Monday, I was literally crying. And yes, I'm talking about this week when I upload this video. I was literally crying because I felt so overwhelmed and I felt the thoughts creep in and the fear starts setting in of what if it doesn't work out? What if I put all this work, all this effort, all this energy, all this love, all this time, and it just doesn't get me there? What if all of this is for nothing? And if you're watching this video, you're probably on a similar wavelength. Maybe it's not content creation, maybe it is, but maybe you're wanting to take a leap into the next part of your journey. Maybe it's a new job, I'm not sure, a new relationship, whatever. And the uncertainty kind of scares you because you don't know what lies on the other side. I can have fear, but I don't have to become that fear at the same time, and I can keep going. And if the fear is coming up, is because I am breaking through something. And I soothed myself. I allowed myself to cry. And then I said, you know what? Where this is coming from is that I don't believe in myself yet. I don't fully believe. I don't believe that I can make it happen. There's still a part of me that lacks the belief of my ability to make these things happen. If I'm still learning how to 100% undoubtedly believe in myself, and it's okay for me to experience doubts and still choose me and still choose to love myself and still choose to say, hey, P, you may not be 100% where your ego wants, but you're exactly where your soul needs you to be. And you are exactly a step further than you were just last year. Part of my healing journey has been letting go of control. And the moments where I am taught to let go of control the most are in the moments where I have no control at all. No control at all. Like right now, just being very raw and very honest, I don't have a plan on how to restart this again and how to build a community and how to, help people and maximize what I'm putting out here. I am just flowing. And the best thing I'm doing is doing the best I can. And then that's it. And then I could just do the best I can, and then I leave the rest up to the universe, the most high, and my higher self. That's really it. So when you're in this phase in your life where things are very unknown, you probably tend to cling onto control as a form of safety because obviously, like, you're lacking control. It's an uncertain time. There's a lot of quiet. A lot of you guys maybe are not comfortable with quiet because maybe you've gotten so accustomed to life being so chaotic for so long that when the quiet comes and the transition's happening, you feel like nothing's happening and you're regressing. When really, you're progressing. When you're on the path disappears, and that's uncomfortable because you're no longer looking at it from the outside. You're looking in, you're in it. And if you don't know what to do right now, the best thing you can focus on is yourself, because that's the path. The path is your heart. You follow what your heart says. But I know it's difficult because society tells you all the freaking time you gotta be here. And social media does a really good job of this, by the way. What you see is a highlight reel of a person's life. You don't see the nitty-gritty details. And I also want to say, not everything that you see is true. Some things are. Some people are genuinely happy and they do genuinely want to share that. Some people are going through their healing journey and they want to share that with you to boost, right? That's what I'm doing. And it's also okay to know and understand that some people, that's not true for everybody. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't have a car. And we could talk about that some other time, right? Because I don't want to take away from this, but I don't have a car, which is fine. I don't need one right now. I work from home, which is a privilege. I know that. And I moved back in with my parents by choice, by choice, but I moved back with my parents after a while living in California. And I'm still figuring a lot of things out. This year, I'm going to be 30. So there's that. And there's a lot of things that I am working towards. And look, I never want to portray, whether you follow me on here or you follow me on Instagram or on TikTok, I never want to portray like I'm perfect, because I am not. I'm not perfect. And at the same time, I love myself. And that's the work that I've been trying to do is, hey, it's okay if you have moments of doubt in your path. Because also, when you're healing and you're on this healing journey, you're always changing. That's the only constant, right? So it's okay if I'm not the same person yesterday as I am today, or today as I was yesterday. Like, that's okay. And I'm allowed to change, and I'm allowed to have, emotions around that, and also have a little bit of confusion, and then work my way around that and figure it out. Like, it happens. It really does happen more often than not. And sometimes we have to go back a few steps before we propel forward. And that's okay too. Just because life doesn't look how you envisioned or thought it would doesn't mean it's not progressing. Just because you're moving slow doesn't mean you're not moving. If you're on this spiritual journey, you know that there are initiation phases where spirit does test your ability to believe in yourself, to love yourself, to make the choices necessary, to leave anything, Eight of Cups energy, leave anything behind that doesn't serve you anymore, as a testament of the love and literally discipline you have for your new path and your path moving forward. So if you find yourself in a phase right now where things seem quiet, where things seem uncertain, it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It's normal for you to think that. That is not the reality. Maybe right now it's not about controlling things. It's not. Maybe it's about releasing the need to control in the first place and the distrust, right? Silence isn't empty, it's full of answers. Remember that next time you're in a quiet phase in your life, and enjoy the quiet, because even in the quiet, it's teaching you something about your journey. So don't fall victim to all this propaganda, to all of these things. I know the world looks uncertain out there, but just because the world outside of you looks uncertain doesn't mean that things need to look uncertain inside of you. And it's okay to have the human emotions. It's okay to be like, what am I doing some days? And question it. That's fine. Sit with those questions and be open to the answers. Don't force them, but be open to them. Because to be honest, I'm doing the same. And if you've made it this far, please make sure to subscribe, to like the video. You guys, it really does help me when you guys do subscribe, because it allows me to continue to grow and create this content for you. So I really appreciate it. Also, let me know in the comments down below what this quiet phase in your life actually looks like right now. Like, what is it triggering? Is there a quiet phase in your work, in your relationship life, maybe in your self-development, on your spiritual journey, or all the above? I love you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this video genuinely helped you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.